Hello, welcome to this video. If you have seen the unboxing of my HP Stream that I bought off eBay, you will remember that it absolutely stunk of cigarette smoke or cigar smoke or whatever. It smelled more like cigars than cigarettes because they do have a different smell. But yeah, this video is, well, pretty much near enough complete. But what this video is, as you can tell by the title, I am attempting to remove the smell from the notebook. Now I will just say what I have done, because I didn't record it. I wasn't even intending on making this video until it was already all laid out like this. So what I've done is I've removed the motherboard and stuff from the notebook, which are these bits here. Removed the copper shielding that was actually acting as a cooler, because this laptop is passive, and I've removed the extremely unstable lithium-ion battery. These components, the PCB and stuff, doesn't have much smell to them at all. The smell was mainly on the external bits, particularly the keyboard, because like smell and dust and whatever could get in under the keys. But what I've done is I have sprayed all of the plastic bits down with a deodorizer spray that has no smell to it, like a generic deodorizer, not deodorant. Just deodorizer, and that sort of worked. And I've since gone and got some window cleaner, which I don't actually have, and I've sprayed them down and used a cloth and I've wiped them all down, the plastic bits, the blue bits. As for the PCB and battery and stuff, I've just left them alone. And this fan was turned on before recording, but I turned it off because I don't know how loud it is on the record. It sounds quite loud to my ears anyway. And when I'm not recording, what I do is I put the fan on, and that sort of creates a like airflow over all of the components, so it will hopefully air the components and the smell will eventually like dissipate into the atmosphere, and then it will no longer smell as bad. With a quick smell test on the keyboard, that's honestly smelling a lot better than what it was before. So yeah, I'm sorry. So yeah, I'm sorry that you missed the start of the video. I should have started it sooner when I did all the teardown, but like I said, at the point of me tearing it down, I had no idea. I didn't even think about making a video on it, because I was just thinking of making one video of it, and that would be the unboxing video. But I thought like removing the smell video and a unboxing video shouldn't really go together, which is why I've created it in this separate video. But I will just say, when I do reconstruct it back together, I will be recording that. That's it for now regarding the components and the removing of the smell of the components. So what I'm going to do, just turn the fan back on, let them air for, I don't know, another hour or so, and then I'll come back and update you on the video on how it's going. So I'll see you then. Now I will just say, yet again, never do what I'm about to do, because I'm about to hoover the components down. You should never use a hoover on a computer, just in case you like end up sucking something up the hoover that you weren't supposed to. But as all of these PCBs are one-piece PCBs, except for that bit, as all of these PCBs are literally one solid piece, there's nothing to come off them, I'm just going to hoover them down. But yeah, never actually hoover a computer down if you're cleaning a computer or whatever. This is my laptop, I pay for it, so if I break it, it's my fault. But I won't be responsible for any damage you cause by attempting to copy me. And I'll also like lower the volume so you don't get deafened. So there's the PCB bits. Now I'm going to hoover the case, which consists of just this Wi-Fi kit. You know what? I'll just leave it. I'll just leave it how it is, it's fine. There we go. As I've taken everything out, it is top heavy. But never mind, let's hoover. Let's not hoover yet. Now I can hoover. There we go, there's that now hoovered. So the case has been hoovered, PCBs have been hoovered and cleaned, and now what I'm going to do is put them back in the homemade wind tunnel that I showed you before, on top of that set of drawers with the fan pointing at it. So I'll go and put it back there. I'm back, and the smell is still there, very faintly, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to rub the plastic bits down with some baby wipes that I've just found downstairs. I didn't even know I had any. I'm going to work on the keyboard first. They've split along there, so they're drying out. So now I'm just going to give the entire thing a delicate but thorough rub down. And do these contain alcohol? It doesn't mention alcohol. Oh well, never mind. I'm just going to give it a thorough rub down. There's the keyboard. I'm not going to rub the back bit because obviously there's all the electronic components and stuff on there. So there's the keyboard for now. Now let's do the, where's the towel that I use for, there it is. It's under the fan because I was propping the fan up. So now I'll clean the casing. Still recording right? Yep. I'm going to wipe it down with the towel. Once I've wiped this down, I'll wipe down the keyboard section that I just did. Now I'll wipe down the keyboard. And then once everything's all ready to be put back together, I will rub everything over again with a damp cloth with just water on it. Right, no soap, no alcohol, no nothing, just water. Well, tap water, so it will contain trace amounts of minerals and whatever else we put in tap water. Oops. Is the screen okay? Looks it. Oops. Oh dear. Right, so now I'll do the screen border, which absolutely stinks, and I'll just do the screen as well while I'm here. So there we go. I've given it a wipe down with some baby wipes. So yeah, now I'm just simply going to turn the fan on, put it back in the airflow that it was previously in, and I shall go away and update you later once I come back to doing whatever I do to the notebook. I'll probably give it a wipe down again. But yeah, that's it for now, so I'll see you after the next jump cut. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to attempt to remove the hinges and then separate the screen monitor part from the plastic base. Because if oh no, there's still that ribbon cable. Okay, ignore what I was just about to say, it wouldn't work. So yeah, it's these screws. These screws are different from those. These screws are silver. So just remember the silver screws go with the hinges. Even if I do forget, I do have pictures of before when I completely tore it. I don't know why, but my hands are really shaky at the moment. Yeah, like I was saying, I do have pictures of before I tore it down on like which screws go where and stuff like that. So yeah. Right, so I need to remove the Wi-Fi cable, this monitor cable, and now how do we come out? That bit comes out like that, and this bit comes out like that. Nice! There's that being made a lot easier. I now have the monitor screen top section, whatever you want to call it, separated from the base, which is really nice. Now, usually I would just go off and wash it, but there's like ribbon cable and stickers and stuff on here, so I'm not going to go out and wash it. What I might do is put it outside in a controlled container to get some fresh air. It doesn't smell anywhere near as bad as it used to, but it does still have a little bit of a smell left. So that was it for this part of the video. I have not decided what I'm going to do with these parts yet, but I've took it apart, which is what I was intending. So I'll see you in the next jump cut. So I've changed location yet again. I've read online that newspaper is excellent at absorbing smells, whether it is or not, I don't know. So I've gone through the recycling bin, I've found newspapers. So yeah, I found a bit of newspaper and I'm going to, well, wrap that up in that. So I'm going to put like a base layer in, like that. What should I put in first? It's going to be one of, I'm going to put the base in first. So put the base in like that. How many like sheets have I got? Well, I need to cut one of these in half. Oh, look, there's all houses on here. So what I'll need to do is cut one of these down the middle. It doesn't matter whether it gets ripped or whatever, I'll be throwing it away once I've finished with it anyway. So just put that in there like that, and then on top of that we shall have the display. Let me just put the hinges up. I don't want them to damage the laptop, so I'm going to put some newspaper under the hinges like that. Put that one in. Now I do have those cables that I need to be careful of. And if I just gently bend those back and put them underneath the screen, then, or underneath the hinge, it should be fine like that. Yeah, so if I go like that, then I need to put another layer on top of that. So there's another layer on top of that. Now I'm going to put the keyboard bit in. Gently make sure the ribbon cables aren't all tied up like that, and then put that in there like that. I really hope this works. And now I've got 2 sheets left over. Put that in there like that, and then I've just got the, take that out, then I've just got these little PCB bits which don't even smell, but I'm going to put them in anyway along with the 2 speakers. Is that it? I think that is everything. Right. So now I just need to put that in there like that. There is the entire laptop, notebook, whatever you want to call it, in the box. I'm thinking, should I put the charger in as well? Because the charger stinks of cigarette smoke. So it is a little bit later on. I thought I'd go and get the charger because, well, the charger stinks of cigarette smoke as well. In case you wonder why I said go and get it, I have currently relocated this laptop's box and everything that was in it, aside from what you've already seen me put in here and what I'm about to put in here, I've gone and put in the shed because it literally stinks the room out. So yeah, I'm just going to take the charger. I have given it a wipe down with those baby wipes, and I did wipe it yesterday with just like a damp cloth. Alright, let's put that off to one side for now. It's not going to be the neatest job, that's not the intention. The intention is just to try and get rid of the smell. So there's that in there, just for the sake of it. I'll throw this in here as well. I'll take the cap off it, just for extra cleaning reasons or something. And I'll just simply plant that in there like that. Do I have any more? Yes, I do. Wait right here, I will be right back. And just to top it off, for good measures, I've gone and got this. So yeah, I'm just going to just put that in like there, like that. I don't know if I'm supposed to leave the top open or put the top on it. So what I'm going to do is just put the top on it and leave it how it is for... The current time is 4:30, and I'm going to leave this in this box until probably tomorrow morning when I take it out, and then I'll pick up the recording from where I left off. I would leave it in here for 24 hours, but I don't know if I can wait that long because I just want to put the notebook together and finish setting it up, because as of the moment I haven't even finished setting up the OS. That's how bad it smells. So I'm just going to put this box in storage and then come back to it whenever I start recording, which will probably be tomorrow around about 11 AM. So yeah, I'm going to do that. So it is the following day and I'm now going to unbox/unpaper the notebook. As you can see, it's sort of already unpackaged. That is because this morning, still actually this afternoon, it's been very sunny, so I've literally put it outside. Everything is cold because it's been out in the wind, so I'll need to wait for the temperature to increase. As for the newspaper, the newspaper still smells like newspaper from all the ink. This brown paper that I put in, that just smells of cigarettes. So there I've got the main motherboard with charging bit. There's a USB cap. There's a USB. There they are. So there's the speakers. There's the other motherboard bit. There's the cooler. There's something else, isn't there? Yeah, the Wi-Fi card. Where's that? There it is. So, I now have all of the components. The charger still smells really bad, but that's kind of expected. So I'll just put that off to one side and go and recycle it later. Now, how does it smell? Actually smells like fresh air. That's actually really good. Now the base smells like fresh air. Everything smells like fresh air. This is good. I mean, the keyboard's still got the smallest hint of cigarette smoke, but it's nowhere near as bad as it was. Now the monitor. Maybe I should just call this video like I smell a notebook or something. Trace amounts of it again, but a lot better than what it was. Right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm now going to relocate the camera. I'm going to give this a final rub down with a damp cloth, and then once everything's air dried, I'll go ahead and start assembling it back together. As you can see, I've moved the camera, I've got it all set up and I'm ready to put it back together, but before I do, I'm going to wipe it down with a damp cloth and then proceed to dry it with that. And then proceed to dry it with that. I don't know if you saw it fall off or not, but yeah. I'm back, so let's just get straight into the rubbing down of the keyboard bit. And now I will just dry it off. If I drag it down there, then you can see, if I drag it down there, then you can see there's a picture that I took before I took it all apart. So let's put it back together now. Starting off with the base, I am going to put the monitor back on, which means I need the hinge screws, which are the silver ones. And someone will probably say, oh, they're not silver, they're steel, stainless steel, whatever. They are silver in colour. They are not made of actual silver. So I need to put this bit back in. So you just simply go under the clip. There we go. So now, if I need to rest it up against something. Okay, you know what? I'll just have to hope that this screwdriver is magnetic, which it is, and then align it in the hole and get the screwdriver in there we go. There we go. Right, I've got one on, so now it should be easier to put the next three on. Hang on, which one was it? Right, so it's that top one and that one, so I'll stick it. Oh yeah, there's little arrows on it. Use your brain. The screws probably go in the ones with arrows, like they do. So that bit goes around and under there, under there, under there, under there, like that. And this cable goes around there, through that little gap, there, under there, down there, there, like that. So yeah, there's the cables put back in. Now I just need to be the other arrow with the other arrow, so the back one there, make sure that these are securely tightened. You don't want to over tighten them, especially not on the PCB, but you want to make sure that they are thoroughly tightened. There's the monitor back on. Next I shall put in that PCB, which is this one. So the ribbon cable goes on top, and that goes in there like that. So this is the smaller screws. So I've separated the screws into different types. I don't even know if you can see that, but the silver ones are the ones that I put in for the hinges. These two silver ones here, they are what hold the copper shielding on. That one there is what holds the Wi-Fi card in. All of these down here hold in the PCBs and the battery, and these up here hold the plastic casing together. You could use like egg cartons or something to keep them all separated, which would be a bit better because then they're all separated, whereas on the tray that I've got them on, they can all just roll into each other. So does this PCB only have one screw? Because there's obviously no screw in there, but there's one in here. Oh, is that a bottom one? Oh yeah, that's one of the ones that holds the case together. Right, so there's that PCB back in. So now I'm going to put the main PCB back in, which is this one. So that goes in there like that. Make sure I get the power adapter bit in. Just bring the monitor cable up and around. Make sure that they all line up, and then it just goes in there like that. So with this one we have one screw down here, so I'm going to put that screw in. Then the next screw is that one. In case you wonder why I turn it backwards, it's until the screw clicks, which then means it's like locked into the grooves that hold it in place, and therefore it goes in a lot easier, and also you don't run the risk of cross-threading the screw or the mount it screws into. Ooh, I nearly threw the coat hanger then. Coat hanger, screwdriver, not coat hanger. What am I on about? I'm just going to stop speaking. So now we have this mounting like that, and then we have that one there, and then that is it for this main PCB, isn't it? Well, it isn't until I put the battery in, because when I put the battery in I need to screw that one in, and that one's for the another case screw similar to that one. There is that now plugged back in. I need to put new thermal compound on the CPU, because even though it is only a very low end CPU and a passive cooling system, it does get warm. But before I do that, where's my microfiber cloth? Because there's actually a fingerprint on the CPU chip itself. I'm back with my microfiber cloth, so I just want to gently rub the top of the CPU. Ideally you'd use isopropyl alcohol, I think that's what it's called, isopropic, one of those I think, but I don't have any of that. I have white spirits, but that's it. In fact, to be honest, that microfiber cloth hasn't been cleaned in ages, and it's actually just smearing what's already on there. So I'm going to do something you should never do, and that is use a bit of tissue. Like I said yesterday and earlier in the video, this is my laptop, so any risks I take are like of my own fault. And now I need to put the heatsink back on after I put some thermal paste back on. Now, because the chip is literally tiny, I'm going to be using the P method, this thermal compound. Why is there a hair in the thermal compound? That is a nightmare. What have I just done? I'm going to go get a Q-tip and try that again. There's a hair in the thermal compound. What is this? I'm back with some Q-tips. They are clean Q-tips that I've just got out of the box. So now I'm just going to go around the CPU. But no, that genuinely looked like one of my eyebrow hairs or something. Now, I've no idea how it got in there or on there or whatever. It just did. Let's try again. So, like I said, I will be using the P method. So just like put a blob on there. That should be good enough. And now I need to just Make sure it is that way around. And drop it into place. So now it is, these screws are really fiddly. So now it's that one and that one. No need to use the other screwdriver for this. Gently screw that one in and then gently screw that one in. There we go, there is the thermal paste now put back on the CPU and technically GPU because it is running Intel graphics, and there's the heatsink put on, the tiny heatsink that it is. But it is only passive, so yeah. Now I need to actually, I should have done that before, but I need to screw this power bit in. So that's another one of the internal screws, so it's one of these. Just screw that in, then there is that. So there's the hinges in, the PCB in, this bit, that bit, yeah. Going to plug the screen back in. What went in there? Oh, that was for the keyboard, wasn't it? Yeah. Now, I don't know, you will probably have seen the video by now, but I'm not sure because as of this recording it still has to be edited, but I did a stupid mistake of plugging the battery. This is on another laptop. I did a stupid mistake of plugging in the battery first, and then when I went to plug in the monitor, it short-circuited and the capacitor set on fire and it went pop, or resistor, or whatever it was. So now I've learnt my lesson. You should always plug the battery in last, and I know you should do that, but for some reason I just wasn't thinking and I plugged it in first and I blew up a laptop because of it. But yeah, this time I will plug the battery in last. Anyway, let's go and just like put that in there like that, make sure it is securely in, and then just close that down. Just double check that one. Yep, that one's already been double checked, that is completely in. Now let's put the Wi-Fi chip in, which goes on here. Now it can either go in that way or it can go in that way. It goes in that way because that way the hole lines up with the mount, and also on the picture it's in that position anyway. So that is the small little like black screw. I just screw that in there like that. Oh, hang on, I should have wiped the connectors before plugging it in. Not that it really matters, to be honest, but I just want to make sure. There we go. There's a Wi-Fi chip back in. Now, what is left to go in? Speakers and the battery. Let's put the speakers in. YOHR, YOH left. So I'm guessing they go in this way, and judging by the orientation of what they are in the picture, they do go on this way. You clip that bit under there like that, and clip that bit. That bit was already clipped in there. In fact, before I put that one in, I'm going to plug it in to its little connector. I guess I should put the battery in as well, because this cable actually runs across a channel in the battery. I'm just going to get the battery. Before you ask, no, the battery did not go in with the newspaper because it's a lithium ion and they are the slightest bit of damage and they just explode, and that would have been a pretty bad fire. And no, I didn't put it outside either. The battery doesn't even smell anyway. So this goes in here. So yeah, that goes in like that. There's a power cable that I'm not going to plug in until I've got everything else in. And now the speakers. Now the speaker's cable runs down this little channel bit. Get that bit in and around like that. There we go. Oh, I need to clip that bit back under there. We okay there? Yep, we are. Now I need to do the same with this bit like that. There we go. Just confirming that that is correct. Battery on top. Battery on top, battery on top. Yeah. Right, so now I'm going to get on with putting in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 screws. So I'll start with the speakers. Also, I'm going to turn the fan on because it's ridiculously hot in this room. And I'm also going to open the window a bit to let some fresh air in. So yeah, enough talking, I'm just going to go ahead and put the remaining screws in. There we go, there's it all put back together. Now I just need to Did do that ribbon cable. That one's in, that one's in. Still need to do the keyboard bit though. And now I'm going to plug the keyboard back in. Oh, it goes in there like that. This one goes in there like that. So that one is that one's a power switch. This one is the trackpad. One goes in like that, and then this one here is the keyboard. There we go. Now it's not inside it, and now let's plug the power in. Moment of truth. I'm not going to press the keyboard on yet. I just want to make sure it works. Oh, it's lit up. The power button has lit up. Oh no, the screen's lit up. Look, there it is. There it is. Nice. I know the CMOS will need to be rechecked, but I can now officially push the clips back in from around the edge. Don't want to scratch the back of the monitor. And this may look a bit brutal, but this is literally what you do. They're those little plastic compression clamp things. So there's it back together. Smells a lot better. A lot better than what it did. Yeah, it is still there, a faint amount, but it's not making me feel sick like it was before. Anyway, you may think we're finished. No, we're not. We need to put in the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, there is 11. Okay, I thought that was a weird number to have, but there is 11. There we go, there's the screws in. So, yeah, let's do the back ones. I need to go and get the feet out of the cabinet as well. There we go, there's it put back together. Now bear with me, I need to go and get the feet and those little things that go in there. I know the glue on the bottom of the feet is not very nice, but I'm not going to bother reapplying it, so let's just put them back. Doesn't matter which circular foot goes where, all that matters is that the correct one of these little ones goes in the correct space. So for example, the one on the left has got a little bump on it that's to the left of me looking at it, whereas on this one it's to the right of me looking at it. There's the feet back on. Ta-da! There we go. Right, so if I just get this stuff off the table, let's go for the first reboot of the laptop.
So yeah, the empty does work. Catalog still works. Still works. Does the shift key still work? Yeah, delete key. Delete key.
It looks like it all works, which is very nice. That's what I wanted. There is the HP Stream 11 rebuilt, and it doesn't smell nowhere near as bad as it used to. Still smells a little bit, but I guess that will just fade off over time, wear off, evaporate, whatever you want to call it. But yes, there is the HP Stream 11 tore down. Well, I didn't record the tearing down of it, but I tore it down, then I did like the wind tunnel thing with the fan, then I put it in some newspaper, then went to put it outside, which I didn't record the outside bit, but I went and did that. Then I went and put it outside without the newspaper because it's sunny, and it still is. Looks like it's about to rain though. But I've reassembled it, put it all back together. It all seems to work fine. So yes, I'm actually pretty happy that it's back. So those eagle-eyed viewers out there, you may have noticed I forgot to plug the antenna into the Wi-Fi chip. And then I was wondering, why is my Wi-Fi ridiculously slow? It's because I forgot to plug in the antenna. So here I am, taking it back apart, and I need to go and plug in the antenna. So I'll be back once I've got the bottom off. Okay, I'm not going to attempt to take the keyboard bit off, but right here you can see, I don't even know if you can see that, but right there is the Wi-Fi antenna that I forgot to plug back in. And there we go. I've plugged it back in. Simple as that. So now let's put it back together. And now I need to put all the screws back in. But before I do that, I will actually turn it on and make sure my Wi-Fi is back. So I will jump cut to when it's turned on. I just put my arm down on top of the feet and they've all stuck to me. Speaking of feet, I need to get those two that flew onto my keyboard somewhere. Anyway, now if we look down there, I have full connection. I have, well, yeah, full connection. So yeah, I forgot to plug in the Wi-Fi antenna, but now I've plugged it in. And now I'll get to putting the screws back in. That one is the right one. Okay, there we go. I've put all the screws back in. I've put the feet back together. So now what I'll do is I'll jump cut you to the unboxing of this pouch that I did originally before I realised I forgot to plug the Wi-Fi antenna in. So yeah, I'll just jump cut you to the unboxing of that carry pouch that I got for this laptop. It's back. It's back. Yeah, and speaking of while it's back, where is it? Can you remember the carry pouch that I said I was getting for it? It's arrived. I think I left it on my bed. Hang on. So yes, I got this Z-Key 11.6 inch carry case for it. This won't have its own unboxing video because it's just in a plastic bag, but I'll just include it as part of this video. So here is the Z-Key carry pouch. I got it in blue as well because I thought the blue would match the blue because blue. I'm blue. That song's old. Does this have a... I'll just continue sliding it off. So this is a Z-Key, protect your tablet when you're on the go. Oh, is it for tablets? I thought it was for that. Well, whatever, it doesn't matter. No, joking aside, I genuinely thought it was just for laptops or notebooks or whatever. But apparently it's tablets as well, which is obvious. You can put whatever you want in there. I could put a keyboard in there if I wanted, providing it didn't have the number pad or that bit. So this is a Z-Key carry case. I got the 11.6 inch one, which is the one that matches... Oh, what's this? Dear customer, thank you for shopping with Z-Key through Amazon. Yeah, I got it on Amazon UK. I'll put a link to it in the description. Got some of those silica gel things that you're not supposed to eat. So if I just put that in there, then that is a nice fit. That is actually a nice fit. It's quite roomy as well. There's some extra room in there. So there we go, ultra portable notebook in its carry pouch thing. So yeah, that is really nice. So what does it say on here? Z-Key, protect your tablet, whatever, on the go. Features made of durable material. I don't actually know what material it's made of. It feels like wetsuit material, to be honest. But I don't think it is wetsuit material. But yeah, it feels like sort of foamy, spongy type wetsuit material. Stylish, lightweight and easy for carrying. It is, that's the entire reason why I got it. Protect your device from daily bumps and knocks. So yeah, that is the case. So there's the laptop and the case. So the warranty, our company provides customers with a warranty of 1 year from the date of purchase, which was 3 days ago I think. And then if I want to contact them, I can contact them there. And it's made in China and also recyclable. So yeah, that's the thingy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to actually leave these silica things in there, just to absorb any moisture that may occur. Now this is just like a thank you for shopping with Z-Key through Amazon. And then it's just like how to get rid of smells. How to get rid of smells. Oh, that's brilliant. Look, it says there. Some tips on how to get rid of the smell. That actually fits in very well with this video. That has been the entire purpose of this video. except it's been removing the smell from the notebook instead of the carry pouch. But yeah, that's that fits in well with this video, to be honest. So yeah, I'm just going to put that back in there like that. I'll put the papers and stuff with all the other papers. And here is the notebook, its pouch, and the notebook itself. So yeah, oh, still got some Q-tips there that I didn't use. And with that, I will conclude the video. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then give it a like. If you didn't, then give it a dislike. And comment if you've got any questions to ask or whatever, or any feedback to give. Share the video and subscribe. So thank you for watching, and I shall speak to you, see you, whatever you want to say in the next video.